So here we have the cult of the lost and the damned. Miserable sinners. All. We have Hartbert the cultist, Ulrich the cultist, Gottfried the not a cultist, Helmer the cultist, Gunnar the soon to be cultist if his barbaric helm is anything to go by, Otwin the tiny learner, Sigismund the cultist, also relatively small. Horskild the Northerner is a barbarian we encountered on the road who asked to travel with us. And he's actually a pretty decent shot, but he's also kind of brutal, so we kind of built him as a sort of hybrid build. We have Vander the Sergeant, our cultist standard bearer. We have Adler, the miner, with a fair few injuries and some serious injuries, and Volram the cultist. Yes, in the cult game you're playing a bunch of cultists, and the most fun thing to do is see the expression on your enemy's face as a bunch of nutters charge forwards chanting the name of Davkul as they get shot at. Yeah, you all thought I was just going to end the episode earlier, didn't you? Well, I'm going to have some fun with these guys. Basically, the cultists are highly expendable. And I would be that military commander who gets given the suicide missions because he actually cares about the lives of his men and will sell their souls dearly rather than see them go to waste. You know, the guy who will cover the army's retreat or something, as in the one who is going to be that tough bugger that's hard to get rid of. And give the enemy a hard time, so they don't necessarily realise that it's a throwaway mission. Oh, you get whipped and missed twice. Okay, let's go to there then. So this way of treating so many people as if they're just worthless to me, I don't like that really. And I know that basically that's how you've got to play the cult and the militia, because it really feels that way. 35? Yeah, he needs to get closer. Okay, we'll get there. Knock him back. So that's why I don't generally play this. I mean, this is around day 40 something. I think like 41, 42 in a campaign. So there's been no... I don't believe there's been a endgame crisis yet. But I did have a reasonable amount of fun playing these chaps, even if they did, like, suicidally kill themselves, and they sacrificed one of the members of the cult, and then half the company just abandoned straight away. And we're like, okay, we've gone all the way down to... we had like, what, 16, 17 people, and then practically half the company just went, no, you bloody killed someone, we're leaving. So, okay, someone, at one point, they wanted to convert someone to the cult. I allowed it this time. I don't always allow it when I'm playing other company origins, because often they pick on someone really good and you don't want to take away that person's background because they were actually quite promising. You're like, couldn't you have picked one of the not so great guys? But Davkul does not care. Davkul is uncaring. Davkul simply commands. Yeah, your buckler is firewood. Or at least it is now. Alright, we're gonna do some whip. Now the whip can disarm, but it doesn't often seem worth the effort, really. I'm shooting him not to hurt him so much as to wear down his fatigue a little bit. Fat lot of good that's doing, but hopefully... Right. Head! Missed. Heads off. Yeah. Gotcha. You ain't going nowhere, pal. So, the fun way to play the cult is to keep them all with fairly rudimentary equipment, right? You don't over-equip them, you just rush them into fight, see who survives. You know, we are going to try and take your weapon away. Here you go, it's on the floor now, you can't fight us no more. And you are too. Can I? Yeah, sure. Now, there's a problem with this plan, unfortunately. I want you to go to here, drop this dog there, and send it off to chase him down, but it won't do that, it will just go for the quick easy kill here. Well, not so much a kill as just overbearing him and bearing him down. But now, we are definitely closing distance. Yeah, you run! And if you live to get away, tell others of the deeds you saw this day. The foul darkness of Davkul's might, reaching across the land. You know. Because otherwise we'll just have to tell them and it won't quite be the same, really. I mean, you've got to question the sanity of anyone desperate enough to hire this bunch of lunatics. And that's kind of the way you have to play this Origin. Now, just putting some pressure on him to make sure he doesn't decide to stay. We don't really want to catch him, because that's too much effort. We just want to make sure he legs it and doesn't come back. But he's not breaking, unfortunately, so we need to keep up a pretense of pursuit. We got a dog if he really decides to stick around. So now we're slowing our pursuit somewhat. Now, it is at this point that, there we go, let him go, we're not going to catch him. So it's at this point that, okay, we got some gear. So one thing to do with the cult is to spend money on recruits. Don't spend money on gear, right? You will get basic low quality gear from your kills. Hey, you know, that 3 is nice. In that case, let's up that. Let's see if we can get a polearm or something later on. We can. There we go. Right. So, you know, I might play these guys, but I know I want to play the Seer, and I haven't played her in a while. I've played a little bit recently to refresh my memory, and some of our higher level spells are quite a lot of fun. However, the Seer is a very slow start. You spend most of your time running around the map, running away from things, until you get up to about level 2 or 3. And you take only the exploration quests. But the problem is that the game really doesn't want to let you level that slowly, so you have to start taking some of the non-exploration quests. Let's just turn this in here. But yeah, it's a fun Origin to play. So we got paid. That was a very brief view of cult action. Right, so I may play the cult at some point in the future, but maybe not quite yet. I've been trying again with Militia a bit recently, but yeah, I don't know, it didn't quite feel right. I might try the Monster Hunters sometime soon, with or without... Oh, right, yeah, you know what I was going to do before wrapping up here? I was going to just read through the cult changes that the mod has made. So... it's not a massive list. Oh, my mod's just been updated again today, so, what fun. So, let's see. Current mod version for the Cultists. The Cultists are for some reason under the Lone Wolf Hedge Knight heading instead of their own heading. There's not a gap between, just in the patch notes, you know, they've just been kind of accidentally slightly merged together. Cultists are guaranteed skills with Cleaver, Flail, Cat o' Nine Tails, and medium armor. They are vicious, tenacious, devious martyrs. Cultist volunteers and sacrifices happen twice as often. Cultists have a 10% chance of being women, and all their events have been updated accordingly, apparently, although I haven't seen any female cultists yet. I presume this also means that women can now be converted to join the cult, which may not have been previously possible. So, let's see. Mod updates beyond that basic changelog fixed a lot of crashes with various items and events occurring. Fixes recover perk, not recovering any fatigue. Okay, so just a really tiny little fix. But even so, I think that warrants a new save being started, really. But hey, guess what? We are now at the end of the episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll start a new company sometime soon on the current version of the patch, and I'll have some fun with them. Bye-bye for now, guys, and cheerio!